struck out. 9-run first for the A's. One more in the fourth on Chavez's home run. Hayden Penn went 2/3, 8 hits, 8 runs. Russ Ortiz 3 1/3, 5 hits, 2 runs. And here's Scudero against the right-hander Abreu, and the pitch on the way, and it's high and it's 1-0.
Rear back and throw hard.
Kind of long and lean, and 95 on the gun. Here's the pitch on the way, and a fastball high, 2-0. This guy's been around with a lot of organizations. Winston Abreu originally signed with the Braves. He's been with the organizations of the Padres, the Cubs, the Royals, the Yankees, the Dodgers, and the Diamondbacks. And the pitch. Inside 3-0 at AAA this year, 37 games. He was 8-4 with a 2.98 ERA. And this is his second stint with the Orioles this year, Winston Abreu. 10-1 A's. Scudero leads off in the 5th. Here's the pitch. And that's in for a strike. And, you know, Ray, not to disparage the Orioles and their organization, but as Vince said, it's been almost a decade since they've had a winning season. Almost everybody we've seen from the Orioles in this series can throw 92, 93, 95, 96. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and it's taken high, and it's ball 4. It just seems to me, as an outsider, and some clubs make these kinds of decisions to go after arms.
Right.
Some clubs go after arms, but maybe don't necessarily go after pitchers.
That's a good point.
10-1 ball game. The A's lead a leadoff walk to Scudero. The Orioles, a 5.26 ERA as a team coming into play, and for much of this season led the big leagues in walks. There's a pitch taken for a strike on the inside corner by Jason Kendall, and it's 0-1. Now they're playing behind the runner. That's Scudero at first. Winston Abreu. Here's the pause and the pitch on the way. Swung on a miss, and it's 0-2. The A's are hopeful of getting Houston Street back when the A's go on the road. Now the A's will finish the series on Wednesday against the Rangers here. They'll fly to Florida after the ball game. They'll have an off day on Thursday in St. Petersburg. They'll begin a 3-game series against the Devil Rays Friday night. Kendall, a swing and foul tip at the plate. Ken Maka said before the ball game, and it's not cast in stone, that they're hopeful that Street will throw on the side tomorrow, that he'll throw again on Wednesday, and if all things go well, there's at least the chance then that Street would rejoin the ball club when the A's begin that series on Friday against the Devil Rays.
At this point, no real reason to hurry.
That's right. Meanwhile, Rich Harden was able to throw up on top of the mound today. The word we're getting is that he threw 62 pitches total, 32 to warm up, 15 on level ground, and 15 on the incline of the mound. Jason Kendall facing Abreu, and the pitch very high, and it's 1-2. Through all fastballs, talking about Harden. 10-1 A's. They have 13 hits. The Orioles have 4 hits. Jason Kendall is 3 for 3 today, and his batting average sitting at .297. Millar plays behind the runner, and here's the 1-2 pitch, and it's high, and it's 2-2. I think that you look at it going after arms versus pitchers. I think some of Billy Beane's best acquisitions have been guys who don't necessarily knock you out with their radar gun readings.
Right.
2-2 pitch on the way, taken high at 3-2. Look at a guy like Duchscher.
Look at the big 3.
Yeah.
I mean, Mulder probably, and Hudson, 92
tops.
Yeah, but it was great specialty pitches and great control.
And Hudson was what, a 5th or 6th round pick, wasn't he? He was overlooked by a lot of people.
It's too small.
Yeah. Here's the 3-2 on the way. Kendall swings and misses, and down he goes on a breaking ball away. Well, a lot of people, I think, shied away from Hudson. There's a thinking among some people in baseball that you should be wary of smallish right-handers. That's what Tommy Lasorda thought about Pedro Martinez.
He thought he should have been eating more pasta, like Tommy.
10-1 ball game. We're in the fifth. The A's lead. Ellis is up. Scudero's at first, and here's the pitch by Abreu, and that's taken for a strike in the outside corner. Kirk Saarloos, another guy who doesn't blow you away, but Kirk Saarloos had an excellent August for the Athletics. He was 4-0 in August. 0-1. Here it is by Abreu, and it's swung on and missed, and the count is 0-2 to Mark Ellis.
It's got to be something, though, about recognizing a pitcher or a player's ability to compete and wanting to compete, and how they handle that level of competition.
Here's the 0-2 pitch, swung on and popped up foul, straight back.
Duxer became a much more effective pitcher when he developed the cut fastball. Gave him another weapon to use, and look how he has risen in the ranks and the type of situations he has been used for the A's since he developed that pitch.
The 0-2 on the way to Mark Ellis by Winston Abreu. Swung on, struck up the middle, a base hit center field. Up to second is Scudero. Mark Ellis has 3 hits today, and that'll bring up Jay Payton. That's 14 hits for the A's with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning.
And speaking of Justin Duxer, he actually said because when he was young and even as a young teenager, he realized he did not have the overpowering fastball. He had to learn how to pitch, and to be able to do that at such a young age, and that's what pitching is about, pitching and not being able to throw hard. I mean, if you know you can't just rear back and throw it hard, you have to learn how to hit the corners.
Saarloos felt the same way. That's why that sinker was so important to him, and having to develop that pitch early in his pitching career.
So now the A's have Scudero at second, Ellis at first, bottom of the 5th, 1 away, leading 10-1. And now Jay Payton coming up. And the pitch to Jay is swung on a miss, and it's 0-1. I remember when I was doing AAA games, you'd see a succession of guys that could throw 92, 93, 94, night after night, but really did not know how to pitch.
Let's see how many of those 93-mile-an-hour fastballs leave the park because they're centered just straight right down the middle.
Here's the pitch on the way to Jay Payton by Abreu, and a breaking ball outside, 1-1. Now, I'm not saying that throwing 95 is a bad thing. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jay has singled and struck out twice. 10-1 Athletics. Abreu, third base side of the rubber. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and Jay pops it up foul out of play. I do think that over the years, scouts, player development, that people have been seduced by the jugs gun.
Yeah.
Scudero walk, Kendall struck out, Ellis single. Now the pitch by Abreu, and Payton swings and misses, and down he goes. So Payton strikes out for the 3rd straight time, with the A's leading 10-1. Let's talk about young pitchers, and Hayden Penn, 21 years of age today, as he made the start. To our left, Jim Palmer in the TV booth. Vince mentioned the games the A's played against the Orioles in the postseason. Jim Palmer was 19 when he made his major league debut on the 17th of April in 1965. 2 on, 2 out. Thomas up, pitched by Abreu, taken for a strike in the outside corner, with the A's leading 10-1.
He was talking with a friend of his who was visiting him before the game yesterday, and he was saying that somebody brought out to his attention that in that first year in a game against Boston, he threw 172 pitches in the game.
Little contentious again. Thomas and Jerry Lane. Abreu's next pitch is swung on a miss, and it's 0-2. Well, Jim Palmer, at the age of 20 in 1966 against the Dodgers, became the youngest pitcher in big league history to throw a shutout in the World Series.
That game you referred to was his first start of the season.
Right.
172 pitches.
Yeah.
2 on, 2 out. And the 0-2 pitch to Frank on the way. He lays off, and it's outside. It's 1-2.
Right out of spring training. Go get him. But there was, pitching coach was not in the dugout with the clicker counting either. It was the pitcher for the next day charting. And then, oh, by the way, you got a few pitches, but nobody cared.
Here's the 1-2 pitch to Frank. High and tight, 2-2. The outfield deep and toward left. When did they really start paying attention to pitch counts?
Probably.
I mean, were they even counting pitches in the dugout back when you were?
So they
when you
did.
first
There
started?
was a full chart, where you had every player and you charted every pitch. If you're the next day's starting pitcher, you charted those games.
Here's the 2-2 to Frank, swung on and popped up. Short right center field. Coming on from right is Markakis. He's calling and waiting for it. And Frank goes down. The A's leave 2, fail to score. And we go to the 6th inning. A's 10, Baltimore 1.
Like hustling to turn.
This is our U.S. Bank back-to-back cashback inning. And Abreu to the plate. And Perez goes around on a pitch that was away. And it's 0-1. Get you our contestant here in a second. Abreu, third base side of the rubber, working out of the stretch. Perez, a right-handed hitter, and Abreu's pitch is high, and it's 1-1. Travis Huggins of Los Gatos is our contestant. If the A's hit back-to-back home runs in this inning, then Travis will win $5,000. 9 runs for the A's in the first inning. Here's the delivery by Abreu, and he misses high and inside 2-1. The big blow, the grand slam by Dan Johnson. A's also had a 2-run homer from Ellis in the first. Meanwhile, Loaiza cruising through 6 innings in line for his 9th win of the year. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and Perez takes a strike. Such a plus to see Loaiza pitching the way he has. And Ken Maka was talking before the ballgame about a conversation that Maka and Kurt Young had with Don Cooper, the pitching coach of the White Sox. Here's the delivery. The 2-2 now is high, 3-2, and Cooper said, one thing about Loaiza, he is a great competitor, and he really wants the baseball. He's really going to want it in a pennant race, and he has answered the challenge for the A's in this critical time in the season. Here's the 3-2, and it's swung on and popped up. Short left center, the shortstop Gomez going out, and he reaches out and makes an over-the-shoulder catch. By the way, Brandon Fahey, who ran for Brian Roberts, Fahey stays in the game at second base. And you look at what's happened since the break. And if you can just kind of hang around until the All-Star break like the A's did once again this year. The A's are 33-14 since the break. The Angels 28-20. That's not bad. You really think of 48 games, 28-20 for the Angels, but a 5.5 game difference between the A's and the Angels since the All-Star break. And Dan Johnson takes high 1-0.
Well, going into the All-Star break, the Angels really took it to the A's with good pitching. Won that series here at the Coliseum, and they had to feel, pretty positive about trying to step on the gas in the second half. And the A's with another patented second half run.
10-1 Athletics in the 6th. Here's the pitch by Abreu. Check swing. Johnson goes around. And the team that's really gotten hurt, the Texas Rangers. They were tied with the A's at the break, but Texas failing to come through in the second half. They're 24-25, 10 games worse than the A's since the break. Now the 1-1 pitch on the way, and Johnson, it's a fly ball, right center field, a routine play. Markakis, the right fielder, drifting toward right center to make the play. And that's the second out. We'll pause 10 seconds to allow our stations to identify themselves on the Oakland A's radio network.
This is Nick Swisher. Catch every A's game right here on KYCY 1550 AM San Francisco.
And along with Ray Fosse and Vince Cotroneo, Ken Korak, it's great to have you with us on a beautiful Sunday at the Coliseum. Pretty good illustration today, guys. You better get to the ball game when the game starts, or you might miss something really big. Here's a swing and a miss by Swisher, 0-1. Folks barely settling into their seats, and then the A's just rocking the house and rocking Hayden Penn in that bottom of the first inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Swisher by Abreu. A high fly ball to right. Coming on under it now is Markakis. He's waiting for it, and he makes the catch. The A's go down 1-2-3, and after 6, A's 10, Baltimore 1.
I'm looking for a low inch.
Switch hitter batting left against the right-hander Abreu. Penn for 2/3, Ortiz for 3 1/3, and now Abreu into his third inning of work. First pitch cut on and missed for strike one. We'll be taking you through the Silver Bullet scoreboard. Brought to you by Coors Light. Taste the cold, crisp, refreshing taste. San Francisco beat the Cubs today 7-4. Jason Schmidt got the win. Backdoor breaking ball over for a strike. 0-2 on Kelty.
And just quick note, Jeremy Brown coming in from the bullpen for one of two reasons. Jason Kendall due up third to either pinch hit and maybe catch, or to warm up the pitcher when Jason hits and goes back out. So we'll see.
0-2 pitch outside, 1-2. He's been up on a few occasions this year, as has Jeremy. He has not got into a game yet. It would be his major league debut. A roller on the right side to the second baseman Fahey, over to first in time. Well, we talked about Ryan Howard had a 3-homer game today. The Cardinals beat the Pirates 6-3. Pujols connected in the first, connected in the third, and let's see what he did in the fifth inning.
Here's a long one. Did he get his third? Get up, baby. Get up. How about three for Albert? What a day he's put on for the folks here at Busch this afternoon. His third home run, a 2-run shot. He's driven in all 5, and it's 5-0. And listen to this crowd. Wow.
First pitch to Scutero, over for a strike. It's 0-1. The unmistakable voice of the Moon Man, Mike Shannon. Get up, yeah.
I said that once, and I'm embarrassed, and he says it every time a home run's hit.
0-1 pitch. Line towards short. Caught by Gomez. And here comes Adam Melhuse to the plate. Adam Melhuse will bat for Jason Kendall. Adam came off the bench and connected for a home run. His last time for the A's. And that was pinch hitting for Frank Thomas on the 28th in the 9-0 victory against Boston. Oakland leading this one 10-1. Melhuse batting .216, 4 homers, 16 RBIs. Thanks to the Cardinals radio network for that call. First pitch low, ball 1. Houston edged the Mets 2-1. 9 strikeouts in a victory for Roy Oswalt. Florida beat Milwaukee 10-3. No, the Marlins in their last 3 series of the year, the Phillies, the Reds, and the Phillies. Wow. So they definitely have a chance to make an impact and maybe get into postseason play. 1-0 pitch fouled off at the plate. So Florida wins it 10-3 behind Scott Olson. Washington beat Arizona 5-3. No home runs in that game for Alfonso Soriano. Ryan Wagner got the win in relief. 4 runs in the 8th inning in that game for the Nationals. Philly in the first of 2, 8-7 over Atlanta. The 3-homer game for Ryan Howard, giving him 52. 1-1 pitch sails over the glove of Ardois. It reaches the backstop on the fly, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Atlanta and Philly 1-1 in the 5th inning of Game 2. Yankees pounded Minnesota today 10-1. 2 more home runs for Alex Rodriguez. They're loving him now. He's got 31 on the year. Tampa Bay on a 3-run homer in the 8th from Kevin Witt beats Seattle 7-6. 2-1 pitch down low. Texas beat Cleveland 5-2. Ended a 5-game winning streak for the Indians, but Kevin Kosmanoff homered for his 2nd straight game after the grand slam on the first pitch he saw in the big leagues yesterday. Kansas City beat the White Sox 7-3 behind Mark Redmond. There's a swing and a shot toward the gap of left center field. It splits Newhand and Tatis, and one hops the wall and into second base with a double. Adam Melhuse. Great to see for a guy that's not getting a whole lot of playing time. Adam won't say boo to anybody. He knows what the situation is, has to deal with it as best he can, and his last 2 times up, he's really powered the ball for the A's.
And both times in a pinch hitting role, which is something the A's for a while couldn't get a base hit. Yet a home run and a double for Adam in his last 2 pinch hitting appearances. And looks like he will go in and catch the 8th and 9th inning.
Well, as you're thinking ahead toward the postseason and how the games are different, you're looking for potential opportunities. And something that Ken Maka talked about is, as the roster was expanded, it goes, the one thing why Dan Johnson was brought up here before September 1st to be eligible for the roster was to have some left-handed sock, and you add Melhuse to that. Those are 2 pretty good options. Now Mark Ellis stands in. He takes high, ball 1. Ellis is 3 for 4 today. He's kicked his average up to 244. 2 singles, a home run, and a strikeout today. Got Melhuse at second. 10-1 Oakland. Abreu's pitch. Swung on Scott in a shallow left. Tatis comes in for it. Still coming on the run. Makes the catch knee high. He made it an adventure, but he holds on in the inning.